Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's card was my submission for Fun with Food Lawn Fanatics Challenge. To start with, I have Build a Drink, Stitched Mug Frame, Zesty Lemons, Stitched Cupcake, and Ice Cream U-Scream die sets. I have die cut the back part of the drink out of some watercolor paper, and for my card, I am using Arteza Real Brush pens. Now, this does end up looking a little streakier on camera than it does in real life. I haven't used these pens a ton. I've actually had them since 2018, at the end of that year. I got them around Thanksgiving, I believe. They were on sale. But I figured I've had them for a long time and I needed to pull them out and use them. And this just seemed like a good card to do it with. I will say I definitely need some more practice. But for my blending, I have a Zig Clean brush, or is that what it's called? Zig Clean something. It's the Zig brand. I'm not really as familiar with that. They do have some colors that I really like, and I had contemplated buying some, but I already have all of these Artezas, so I didn't feel like I could really justify that purchase. Now for my coffee, I've been trying to get lighter as I go up to the top. It just gives it a little bit more interest. So for the frame, I am going to glue that directly onto the coffee before I color it, and I do kind of regret that. I wish I would have waited. But anyway, I'm moving on. I have the top of the cupcake, which is like the frosting bit. I have die cut that twice, and for one of them, I've also used the Ice Cream U-Scream little drip die to make it look like this is a chocolate drip on the top. As I was getting all these elements ready, I was so excited about this card. It really made me want some cold coffee too. Unfortunately for me, I was a little bit late in the day, so that wasn't an option unless I just decided I didn't want to sleep for the night. Next, for my mug stitched frame die set, I have the coffee beans, because how could I not add those? I kept these really simple. I just tried to add a little bit of a dark color towards the center where there's supposed to be the little indentation, or I know what it is. Like, I've seen coffee beans, obviously, but technical terms, not good with those. So now we move on to the little flowers. I actually looked up some of the coffee bean flowers, and they're kind of pretty. They're white. They actually have 6 petals instead of 5. I did not have any that looked similar enough, so I just went with the 5 petal ones. And these came from Zesty Lemons. I'm adding a tiny bit of gray just to add a little bit of shadow to the flowers, but they are supposed to be white. And then those little inside pieces were to sort of replicate what the inside of that flower looks like. It's definitely not a perfect representation, but close enough. Now I felt like you couldn't have the coffee beans and the flowers without some leaves, so here I have my leaves, and I'm just going to color those real quick. I do not like coloring leaves. I find them to be difficult and a little boring. So here I am just struggling through. Next, I'm bringing out my uncut cupcake frosting. I'm going to use this as some whipped cream, and I'm going to give this just a slight bit of color. I still want it to look mostly white, but I didn't want it to look too flat. Now for my straw, I did decide to use pink, which I still am fine with. I do wish it was a slightly different pink, but I was pretty limited with the brush pens. So I also decided to go ahead and color the outline of the cup. Mostly that. I did add a little bit of a light brown to the bottom because, you know, sometimes glass reflects the color that's inside of it. But I didn't really love that. But at this point, it was too late. I already glued it up there. I didn't want to add any extra layers. So I just went with it. Now I have my large stitched rectangle stackables, and I have die cut 2 in different sizes. One from the fruit salad 12 by 12 paper, and then the other one was just white, and I used my Cricut to put the sentiment up there because I really didn't know what sentiment I would want to use from the sentiments I had available to me. So after I have those adhered together, I'm just trying to figure out placement for everything. I kept this card pretty simple. I just felt like simple was the way to go with this one. I kind of feel like it could be a picture in a coffee shop instead of a card, but it's a card. It's very small, so it's a card. It did kind of make me want to put these type of decorations up over my coffee station. I think that would be kind of fun. As you can see, I fussed with this a while trying to figure out how many flowers, how many leaves, how many coffee beans, where to place everything to get it to look just right. And once I was finally fairly satisfied with it, I decided I would add a little bit of white gel pen for the highlights on both the chocolate syrup on top as well as the cup, although you can't really see the ones on the cup very well. If you look real close, you can. Once that was done, my card is complete. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I'll be back with another video soon. Bye!